I didn't. I wrote it.
Nalini Singh, let me draw your attention. Okay, Nalini Singh, has Chidambaram won or has Pranab Mukherjee won?
I've said it earlier, Arnav. Pranab Mukherjee.
You think he's won?
I think so.
He actually gave in and he came in and he had to retract his
what
position.
did he concede? Something that means nothing.
Why?
Inference. He's distanced himself from an inference. But he has not contested any fact. So what he has actually done is he has two things. One, no facts contested, which means that he has actually said that Chidambaram was in on it at every stage. The second thing is he has harked back to the October 2003 NDA cabinet decision through which he has entangled Chidambaram completely in this. He's taken, drawn circles around him, because that meant that telecom minister as well as the finance minister must absolutely come in. So this is another chewing gum. This is another chewing gum case. At that time, by innuendo, he had suggested that actually the finance minister's office is being bugged.
Yeah.
Then he has had private agency. So it was not private, it was 17 chewing gums. Now he has actually come up with another one in which he is saying that, I'm not saying that this is an inference, but actually it was the NDA policy, it was the Babu in the NDA. So if it is the NDA 2003, Chidambaram, but not only that, he's also raised a bigger question. If this policy was not overruled by a cabinet, which is the only way you can actually overrule a cabinet.
Very interesting analysis.
Then he has actually raised a question of why is Raja in jail? Actually, Pranab Mukherjee has done something phenomenal today. I have heard you say earlier in the evening that he has conceded a lot.
You're getting a disagreement on your right.
I am very happy to get the disagreement, but I'm just saying that he has conceded something which is non-est. Inference doesn't mean anything to the Supreme Court. Facts do.
Let the disagreement on your right speak for himself.
Well, I read it differently. I'm not saying anything in defense of anybody. But my reading of the last, there are two things the finance minister said. One, that he does not agree. These are not his views insofar as those lines where some judgments were passed. And he says, and then he said that it's a harmonized note which is known. He's confirmed. He wrote.
Did you know it's a harmonized note before this? I mean, let me put it to you. Did you know it's a harmonized note before this?
I wrote about this. I wrote about it last Saturday.
But officially, was there anything to say that this note was prepared?
I had seen documents which said that there were meetings to evolve an agreed position.
You had seen documents, but the point that Nalini Singh was making, and I think, is that before today, there was nothing official to say that the
No, that's okay. Officially, yes, it has been stated today. Okay, fine. One. No, listen, these things can't be hidden. Although there were efforts that there were no minutes taken of these meetings which were held in preparation to these preparatory to these notes, this note which is now controversial. But what I was saying is you stopped me in my tracks. You've not given me an opportunity to disagree with my friend. What I am saying is that the reference to the 2003 NDA policy, which was continued in 2007-8 by Mr. Chidambaram, is an acceptance by this government of the fact that he was pursuing a policy that belonged to the whole of UPA. Now you are saying, oh, he has been bracketed together with Mr. Raja. No. Raja faltered in the implementation of that policy. Criminality is in the implementation of that policy.
So you're
not
giving it a
in the policy making. No. Criminality cannot be in the policy making.
You're giving it a completely different spin.
No, not a different spin. You see, this is an argument which unfortunately the government is not making.
Okay.
They should be making this argument that they took a policy decision.
I'll draw myself back, though I'm extremely tempted to jump straight into the
I don't think one is mentioning criminality.
What else are you mentioning?
No, I am saying that actually he would have had to take a decision along with the telecom. Now, why are you jumping to criminality just now? Because I'm saying something worse.
Where did Mr. Chidambaram commit a wrong? I want to know.
Let me say. He overlooked. Suppose the most charitable view is, let me talk.
You've been talking incessantly.
All right, I pass.
The only person getting marginalized is me and Mr. Subramanian because he's sitting farther. But let him continue. Yeah, let you complete your point.
I was just going to say 20 seconds that actually Mr. Chidambaram, charitable view is that he overlooked what Raja was doing. Then the Prime Minister overlooked what Mr. Chidambaram was overlooking.
Yes,
so that is, I'm saying, it's not criminality.
The whole edifice of this argument is without a foundation. if a government has taken a policy decision, no, I'm saying...
Raja is in jail and
no,
he's saying without a
please,
foundation.
he's in jail because he made money, he gave licenses, he shifted goalposts, he shifted
Who
the
was
date.
overlooking that?
Please, who was overlooking that?
No,
I think the point is that the man who was presiding over the notary
Mr.
ministry
Sharma,
is in jail.
Mr. Sharma,
And
now
you
there's
leave it to the courts before you decide that there is a criminality.
there is a disagreement to your right as well.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So
You were the disagreement to the right, and now he's the disagreement here. Go on.
Arnab, but today, you are really, he's my friend, he's got all of them are in agreement with each other. So somebody has to provide variety, which I'm doing.
I think for the sake of disagreement, you don't disagree. That's all I would say.
Yeah,
I think there's no, what Nalini is saying, that Chidambaram overlooked. I think it's too simplifying that he overlooked. There is an issue of culpability, and that's a political culpability.
Yes.
Now, criminal culpability will come in the next stage when investigation happens and the matter goes to the courts and all that. But here the political culpability is that you were of, and your ministry was of a firm opinion that auction should be done. What first come first serve is the wrong policy. You vehemently wrote about it. You brought to notice to the Prime Minister, you had meetings with A. Raja and everything. Then you all of a sudden change, make a U-turn and justify that yes, it is acceptable. Then that is on 15th January 2008, that you have another meeting with A. Raja on 30th January 2008, which is minuted. Please allow me, please allow me.
Let him continue, I'll come to you.
I know you can, but 30th January, there are two major issues which are discussed on 30th January 2008 between A. Raja and Chidambaram. One is the mergers and acquisitions.
No, sir. Let's read
point. I'm making a point.
No, you're not responding to the point. I'm reading between the line of Pranab Mukherjee's statement today.
Well, that they were contesting between us, but I'm making.
Where do you stand on
that? I will come on that, but allow me to make this point that there is a culpability, and it's just not overlook for Chidambaram, which mergers and acquisitions, they talk about spectrum trade to happen because new licensees are coming in. So you were aware what can happen by giving these 122 licenses. So therefore the culpability stands. Now coming on your basic issue, which was your starting point, between Chidambaram and Finance Minister, well, it doesn't bother us as BJP who wins or who loses, but surely Pranab Mukherjee, an astute politician, has put Chidambaram in dock.
No, may I
put him in the dock.
No,
How is he put him in the dock?
Because
you are choosing to look at that.
No,
you are choosing to look at that.
No, I'm talking as a politician.
You are choosing
to Pranab Mukherjee.
You are choosing to look at that. My point to you is because you don't want to read the line which says this entire policy was a policy continuation of the policy adopted in October 2003 and reaffirmed by the TRA.
I wanted to come, that Vinod Sharma ji was saying.
Yes.
2003. The policy, there is a cabinet decision of UASL license.
You're absolving.
No, there were two parts to it.
You're abdicating yourself from your policy.
No, I'm not policy. There are two parts, and one part you fulfill. The second part, which is the pricing whole issue, pricing of the spectrum, that never happens.
Okay.
So the TORs are changed for the GUM in 2005, 2006.
Who won and who lost between Chidambaram and Pranab Mukherjee? Don't please take a middle.
Well, I don't want to make a political comment. Clearly there is an, shall we say, within the family there is a problem, if you can call it a family, there is a problem, and it's an ongoing saga which we have seen earlier manifestations referred to when Nalini Singh, etc., etc. In a sense, today event did not take place. It's a private drama, it's a personal drama. Today nothing has changed because there is an OM. That OM gives facts.
Yes.
In fact, I'm very surprised that OM of this sort gives opinions. Normally, OMs don't give opinions. They only give facts.
Yes.
The views have been expressed. In my view, I saw it only 1 hour back. I would feel that I would not have encouraged views coming here. Give the bare facts who will want to read it. Number two.
I want to just tell our viewers 1 second to clarify. Those are live pictures from North Block. Because we are discussing Pranab Mukherjee, who won, who lost. The question today is, and I repeat myself to you, is that when Pranab Mukherjee walks out of North Block today after an extremely long day as usual, will he be emerging as a winner? Or someone who is... no, 1 second.
Well, today, don't forget that the matter before the JPC and the PAC and most importantly before the court.
Yes.
It concerns Chidambaram. It does not concern Pranab Mukherjee.
That's true.
And whatever documentation is there now, there is nothing that, and therefore that document has not gone. The document is now very much there. In fact, it has been reiterated, its existence has been legitimized now.
Yes.
One reason, I would disagree with details, but there it is. Now, therefore, in that sense, Chidambaram certainly will have to look anxiously what happened in the next 10-15 days. That anxiety is not, in that sense, the issue is clear.
So the story continues for Mr. Chidambaram, Nalini Singh.
Absolutely, because 10th October is when the Supreme Court is going to start hearing again.
Yeah.
Today, as you know, Mr. Venugopal from the CBI
Yes.
was there in the court all day. So now it's going to be the 10th of October, which gives a little breather. But this is only, if you like, it's only a painkiller for something which is really quite a deadly disease in a way. Well, at least it's appearing to be just now.